I came across a video that was very interesting from the Wall Street Journal. First, I started reading the article, and then you know us, we visual creatures, so I got to go and see the video and see the visual illustrations to go along with it. But Shein is taking over the world. The first time that I ever heard of Shein was from these city girls. The city girls. The city girls was out here promoting Shein, and there's no better way to blow up your brand than to get a bunch of women in order to promote it for you. Let's dive into this Wall Street Journal article that breaks down the economics of Shein.
Over the past few years, one Chinese company has thrived in the online fast fashion industry, reaching a valuation of $66 billion in 2023 and controlling 40% of the U.S. market. It's
Shein.
Shine.
I say Shein.
It's Shein.
Shein is known for $2 t-shirts and $7 pants, with prices even lower than its competitors.
Anybody that's selling me $2 t-shirts and $7 pants, I have to assume that it's some unsanctioned labor that's happening out here in these streets. If you can sell me a two with shipping, I never understood the business model, but maybe this can help me get some better understanding of what's going on out in these streets. Anytime you can sell me a $2 t-shirt and $7 pants, I'm confused.
Shein made its U.S. debut in 2015, and the brand's sales exploded during the pandemic, growing sixfold in 2 years. The company generated an estimated $23 billion in revenue.
Somebody in the chat, Nurses Ain't Nice, says, Anton, is Shein? I'm going to call you Shein. You're not going to change the words that's coming out of my mouth to mean something that I read it as Shein. I read it as Shein. It's Shein over here in the United States of Detroit. I don't know where y'all from. I don't know where y'all at, but I'm going to call it Shein. Y'all know how we do. We switch it up anyway. It ain't Porsche. It's Porsche. It ain't Lexus. It's Lex. It's not Mercedes. It's Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to call you Shein.
In 2022, and it's
Somebody said they're going out of business, but they just said that they did $23 billion in business in 2022.
Go public in the U.S.
Shein takes fast fashion to a different level, and they're on top of every micro trend.
But there's a larger story behind Shein's low prices. A congressional report found that Shein uses a tax exemption to cut costs, and the company released a report that cited cases of involuntary labor in its supply chain. This is the economics of Shein.
I knew they was finessing. I knew that they was using involuntary labor, finessing the tax laws, and they using city girls in order to continue to promote their products. Shein, and I'm not calling it Shein, Shein ain't nothing but rainbow. I remember seeing rainbow walking through the mall of Northland plenty of days. Shein ain't nothing but rainbow reincarnated. And when that go out of business, it's going to rebrand and it's going to get another name. I know a chick that done shopped at Rainbow when I see one. Tyrese's ex-wife used to wear rainbow all the time. Tyrese's ex-wife used to wear rainbow all the time. Y'all keep putting on these patent leather outfits from Shein, making all of that noise walking down the hallway and don't think that I know where you got it from. Girl, that ain't from nowhere but Shein. That ain't from nowhere but rainbow. Dots, Keisha. Dots. You ain't gonna trick me. You ain't gonna trick me. I know where it's from. It's from rainbow and it's from dots. Now you think you got something new. This from Shein. No, baby girl. I seen that same hookup in 1999 over at Rainbow. Stop it, bro.
Scrolling through Shein's website can feel endless.
We offer thousands of new items per day.
But Shein only initially produces 100 to 200 units of each new product.
Shein's designs originate with Shein designers and with our Shein X third-party designers.
As customers browse those designs, Shein has technology that monitors users' engagement activity. When a customer shows interest in an item by hovering over it, clicking on it, or adding it to their cart, Shein takes note. Then it creates new designs based on data from popular items. This way, the retailer can test how popular an item is with its customers. If it does well, Shein starts producing more.
This differs from traditional retail, where orders can often be placed in the 10,000 to 100,000 copies of a garment and can be placed between 3 and 6 months in advance.
And while it's fast at creating new designs, it's also quick to go through them. A Boston Consulting Group report found that Shein has an inventory turnover rate of 40 days.
So they are efficient because they're leveraging artificial intelligence and technology to see how you guys are browsing. And they know when you're interested in something. And when y'all go to Amazon and y'all click save in cart, or whenever you browse their website and you do all of that other type of stuff, then they using that technology to determine what they gonna make. And they're literally putting together, they say on average, Shein can put together over 10,000, they can design over 10,000 new items every day. Over 10,000 new designs are dropped on Shein every day. That is incredible to me. That is absolutely incredible to me. Wow. Wow. So while y'all out here trying to anticipate trends, all they doing is feeding consumers what they need and then making decisions electronically based off of the artificial intelligence that the data is providing them. That's incredible.
That same report found that Shein is twice as fast as other competitor retailers like H&M and Zara.
The small
I hate all of
batch
them
model
stores.
is a matter of controlling the cost and controlling the inventory wastage so that they won't have a large number of clothes that are sitting unsold in their warehouses in China or in the US or anywhere else in the world.
The company calls this an on-demand model. And to support this on-demand model and lower prices, Shein hires thousands of smaller manufacturers. It took the journal to film in one of its third-party supplier factories in Dongguan.
Our designers will identify an item, design it, prepare a spec for it, and then they'll put it into our supplier management system, which will identify a contract manufacturer. That contract manufacturer will procure the supplies necessary to produce that garment from a network of suppliers that Shein has approved.
If a design is popular, Shein's ordering platform can automatically place another order, with its platform working in real time.
They're able to see as demand for a particular product is either waxing or waning in the marketplace.
That's incredible, yo. That's crazy how they're able to leverage technology. I'm telling you, data drives everything. To a much smaller scale, most places are determining, even when, think about it, and then extrapolate it over into a very large brand like a Shein that's doing billions and billions and tens of billions of dollars in sales, $28 billion of sales in 2022 alone. When you're trying to determine when you're going to close your business or when you want to open the doors or how much you need to sell, you're using data, but you're using your own instinct and understanding as to how it is that your business is running in order to determine how much chicken you're going to order or how many meals you're going to sell or what you did last year or what people are really doing. But they're using it at a much larger scale to where the system automatically reorders based off of what user patterns are doing. That's genius.
So they can adjust their operations accordingly.
Who said that they
And this
was going out of business?
concentration
No,
of
they not.
information allows our suppliers to efficiently structure their own business to be able to meet demand at near real time.
By ordering in smaller batches, Shein says it can reduce the risk of excess unsold inventory.
It means that we don't carry excess inventory waste when we produce garments. That saves around 30 to 40% in costs of goods sold on the garments alone.
But while less inventory waste in the factory may lower prices for consumers, environmental activists say it might not lead to lower waste levels overall.
Critics are saying that because Shein's clothing is
I
so
didn't even know Shein had a store. Do they got a store or is it 100% e-commerce?
cheap, people are buying a lot of it. And because fashion conscious young people may retire some of their Shein quicker than other more expensive clothing, that actually may cost inventory wastage after the consumption happened.
Oh my goodness, there's so much.
A 2023 UBS report found that the average U.S. Shein shopper reported spending $100 per month on women's clothing. That's
Wow.
about 60% more than the average U.S. female consumer. And critics argue that there's even more behind how the brand is able to keep prices low.
Retailer Shein is in hot water once again.
Shein has faced accusations of worker abuse.
The brand has recently come under fire.
Shein's on-demand business model is not the only reason why its products are so cheap. It's also benefiting from cheap labor in China.
Shein has not been fully transparent about its supply chains. In 2022, Shein released the results of its supplier audits. But unlike some other retailers, Shein didn't disclose who its suppliers were or where they were located. The audits reported some incidents that involve what the company calls involuntary labor, but didn't mention exactly how many or where these incidents occurred.
We know what's happening. We know who doing it. We know who making the products. Half of y'all that's trying to start clothing lines and clothing brands, all y'all doing the same thing also. Half of y'all trying to find the cheapest product and drive the cost out so that you can then do whatever it is that you want to do also. Y'all doing the same thing. Y'all trying to leverage and do the same thing that Shein is doing and sell it at a higher markup so that you can try to get your brand popping. And all of this stuff is made in the same place anyway. So none of it is ethically sourced.
The Wall Street Journal's calculations found that these audits accounted for about 36% of Shein's contracted manufacturers. The company said in a statement to the Wall Street Journal, Shein is committed to providing a safe and fair work environment for all our suppliers' employees. We pay manufacturing suppliers competitive rates so they can pay fair wages to their workers. Shein says it's committed about $70 million towards improving supplier factory conditions and training workers. Congress is investigating Shein's labor practices and whether the company sources cotton from China's Xinjiang region. The U.S. government has accused Chinese authorities of using forced Muslim Uyghur labor, which Beijing denies.
So basically, they're making their stuff for free and selling it to you for $2 and $7. Okay.
U.S. lawmakers have pushed Shein to be more transparent about their supply chain.
In a statement to WSJ, the company says it has zero tolerance for forced labor, does not have contract manufacturers in Xinjiang, and doesn't source cotton from China. Fashion analysts say Shein hasn't provided evidence to back up these statements, including a list of its suppliers, which goes against industry standard.
But here's the question that I have for you guys. How many of y'all gonna actually stop buying stuff from them until they can actually substantiate where it is that they're getting their products from? Zero. You know why? Because chicks want to look cheap at the club anyway, and they want to make sure that they got their little patent leather suit on at the bar so that some young dude can be like, I see you, baby girl. And then she going to go and she going to be a baby mama. Then she going to jump on the internet and tell us how it is that we supposed to be dating and how men ain't nothing. Nobody is going to not purchase it from there. If you decide that you're not going to purchase it from there, then it's just because you don't like that particular product, but it ain't because you actually trying to do the right thing and be ethical. Yo, I seen almost a 70-year-old grandmother was saying that she was about to buy something from Shein. I said, yeah, it's over. It's over for all.
And in addition to its on-demand model and low labor costs, Shein also keeps prices low by taking advantage of a U.S. tax exemption, which allows low-valued packages to enter the U.S. tariff-free. Under the de minimis tax rule, shipments sent to individual buyers in the U.S. aren't subject to tariffs if they're worth less than $800. According to a report from the U.S. House of Representatives, 30% of all packages shipped to the United States each day under the de minimis rule.
Temu? You mean Shein Jr.? Temu? I seen some of y'all get y'all jewelry from Temu. I seen some of y'all getting y'all jewelry from Temu.
Are from Shein and its rival Temu. Between the two companies, that adds up to millions of packages. Shein says that it supports reforming the de minimis exemption. Meanwhile, the valuation has fallen. The company's $100 billion valuation in 2022 dropped by a third in a fundraising round earlier this year. And Temu, which launched last September, overtook a larger share of the U.S. market last June. Recently,
it's all the same stuff from the same suppliers, from the same company, and y'all all just gonna keep pitching it because you don't know no better, or you just gonna do the thing that's not in the best interest of the people or whatever. Ain't nobody ethically doing anything anymore. Everybody just gonna pitch it and continue to do what they want to do anyway. Temu is the same company as Shein as far as I understand. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And if they moved and y'all said Timo be having shoes for $1.17, Jesus. How you get shoes for $1.17? You can't even get it. That's crazy. Y'all getting shoes for $1.17?